Hey guys, it's good to see you today. I've got this right now, and I actually started working on this as a project, like I said, about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. And when I first was given this project, honest to goodness, I totally had you guys in mind. So now that you can find this on shelves in Lego stores, I just had to go buy you a couple and made sure they were in your hands because this one was really special to me. I probably love Lightning McQueen, I hope as much as you guys do. When this movie first came out in 2006, I waited in line for tickets, and to this day, it is still one of my favorite movies. It is a really good movie, and I just love Lightning McQueen. So, we're going to build this together. And we get to start with probably one of the most fun parts, which is opening the box. So you can always see all Lego boxes have this little cutout here, a little perforation. And you see it's got a little symbol for a finger or a thumb. So that's right where your thumb goes, and this is so satisfying. Oh yeah, right there. And then the box opens, and let's see what we have. We've got bag number 3. Bag number 1, that's going to be the one we start with. 4, that'll be for later. 2. Oh, and there's more. Let's see. We're just going to go ahead and dump this. All right, box is empty. I think we're good. You know, we started using these bags instead of the plastic, and I think these are really pretty. We get the nice printing. Here's our instruction booklet. Here's the tricky part, the stickers, but I tend to be fairly good at putting these on, but you gotta be really slow and really careful. So to keep myself organized, you know what, I'm gonna kind of set up my bags just a little bit, probably out of camera, because I kind of like to line them up nice and neat. And we're gonna start with bag 1. It's always really handy that they number them for you. It makes it really simple. All right, we're gonna open up the instruction book. Oh, isn't that cool? It's like a first page. I love it when they compare the real thing to the Lego model. It's like so fun. We actually take a lot of time to make sure that when we photograph our Lego models, that they look really, really close to the real thing. So when this photograph was taken, I remember having to compare back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to this picture of Lightning McQueen and make sure that this looks just right. So I love that they put that really early in the book for you to see. All right. First thing you see in the instruction book is to open up bag number 1. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. I'm going to put my stickers just over here. All right. We even have a little bag inside the big bag. Always like to double check I got everything. It's very, very common for people to sometimes think that they're missing pieces. But you know what? It's never really a thing. We actually measure every single piece of Lego by weight down to the hundredths of a gram. It's really precise. That's very little weight. And that's one of the ways that we know that the exact right pieces are always in every bag. So looks like we got a little baby number 1 too. That was inside the bigger one. We're going to go ahead and dump that. Oh, there's a sneaky one. There we go. So, kicking off, we're going to start with this piece. This one's ancient. I think this piece probably was invented in the early 80s, and we still use it all the time. And then we're going to connect it to this 2x4 bracket. 2x4 bracket is kind of sitting away from me, so I'm going to look at how the picture is oriented, click it down there. Next up, a black 1x2 plate right on top. And another one of these. So we're just kind of sandwiching these things together. You always want one plate distance between these two parts, because this one goes down just a little bit from the bottom of this surface. So you need to place a gap of one plate so that it's nice and tidy. Another 1x2 plate in black, and now we're flush to the top of the bracket, the 2x4. Okay, next up we have two of these 1x2 vertical brackets inverted. This is actually a piece I invented. So I think in the end of 2023, kind of came up with the idea that really needed this piece. So I made it up, and now you can see it here. It's real. So this piece I know very well because I actually was the one that designed it and came up with it. And I hope that it's really useful and we get to see it in Lego products for the next, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 years. That's the hope. All right, so we put these kind of facing each other, the 1x2 vertical inverted. Next up, we've got a 1x2 standard brick with what we call a snot stud. So SNOT is an acronym for studs not on top, SNOT. So this is a 1x2 brick with a snot stud in the center line. We also call that jumper position. It's kind of a funny name. So it's when the knob is jumping between two regular knobs. So we're going to place that right here. And now we've got a 1x2 plate in brown with this called a 3.2 shaft. So it's a nice little bar that you can click onto. Looks like that's facing away from me, so we'll put that there. So far we've kind of got this. Okay. One thing that's always kind of nice when you're building Lego is when it tells you what pieces you're going to use, sometimes you need more than one. And what I always really appreciate is when it says the number of pieces you need, you know you have to go find that number. So in this case, we don't need just one of these, we need two of these. So we've got two matching 1x2 plates with double C-snap lock. We're going to put those on the side of the brackets I designed. Perfect. I always love how good that feels when they snap together. All right, two of these. These are actually pretty new. I have mixed feelings about these. They're a little confusing, but they are handy. So this is actually a 2-plate tall. It's not a brick, it's not a plate. Because one brick is always 3 plates tall. That's a good little piece of math to know. So this is kind of in between. It's not a brick, it's not a plate, it's 2 plates tall, so it is 2 out of the 3 plates high that a brick is. It's a funny little piece. These are blue. We're going to put this right here. This is getting to be a really interesting little cluster. All right, 2x2 centerline bracket with inverted tube side. So tube side means the bottom of a brick. So we've got the studs on top, tube side underneath, and then this is a 2x2 bracket tube side, so an inverted bracket. We're going to actually turn our little assembly here, make it face the other way. Easy. 1x2 red plate on top, and 2 more brackets. This type, it's a 1x2 lower bracket. So remember, the one I designed was an upper. This is a lower. We're going to put 2 of those on top. There we go. Oh look, 2 more of these 1x2 C-snap brackets. It is amazing what you can do with these. So these are going to go side by side. And we're already on step 12. I'm going to put this down for a moment because it looks like we're going to build something else. Another thing that they do is really nice is when it's time to put your little beginning of a model down, they tend to show you right here in like light gray. And they usually have a picture to say, hey, we're actually going to pause and build something else that we're going to connect to the bigger model later. So I'm putting this down because for now it's kind of done, and we're going to start a little something new that will connect to the bigger build later. So look at that, they're using more of the piece I made, that 1x2 upper bracket, 1x2 plate standard in red. We're going to put the other 1x2 bracket on the other side. I'm excited that they have so many of these in this kit. It means it's really useful. And when it's really useful, it means I did a good job. All right, another one of these inverted tube side brackets. These are so tricky to use. The math that actually controls where this ends up is more complicated than you would imagine. We're gonna put that on top. Two more of these really funny little 2-plate tall semi bricks in the blue, so it's the same color as the other one. And when we put that on top, that's going to kind of be flush to the top there. So now we have studs basically going in all directions. So if we think about this, you've got 1, 2, 3, and then the 2-plate tall 4, 5. 5 plates ends up being a brick in height. We call that 5-plate magic. So it even has a term for us at work. So if you go 5 plates, you get to a brick on its side. 5-plate magic. Pretty cool. We use this technique all the time at work to come up with all sorts of really fun experiences for how these things go together. Oh my goodness, 2 more of these upward facing brackets. It truly makes me so happy that there's so many of these in this kit. Let's see. Here we go. Next up, 1x2 brick with our snot stud facing forward. We've seen one of these already over here, so we need another one. And I'm going to put that right there. And then a 1x4 horizontal bracket. A lot of brackets in this early build. Let's see. Oh, little guys. 2 1x1 downward facing brackets. These have been around a long time. Very handy. Now with these, because you have an open knob and a closed knob, you have to pay very close attention to where these go in space. So because it's just kind of a very simple L, there can be kind of easy to confuse which direction they go. So make sure you look at the picture really close, and the knob that has the open hole and not the flat top is the one that's facing forward. So we're going to put 2 of those kind of mirroring each other. All right, 2 more of these, our 1x2 C-snap. All right, looking at the picture, we've got 3 knobs available to us. These are going to go in the top 2 facing away from us. There we go. That looks good. So we still have 1 left at that lower plate position. Oh, Speed Champions always has so many little pieces. It's kind of our thing, because we want to get as much detail into these smaller models as we possibly can. So we're already getting down to these little 1x1s. This is a 1x1 tile. Tile is the same height as a plate, except it doesn't have the knob on top. It's smooth. Dark gray, so we have a light gray tile. Now we're going to this 1x1 round. Put that on there. Okay, now we have another C-snap bracket, but this is plate. So we call this a plate modified. So this is a plate with a horizontal C-snap. We also have them vertical too, so we have all the different options of this. Now, when we had our 3 knobs available here, we still left 1 open for us. That's where this is going to go, with the C-snap facing down. Nice. Ooh, the fun part. We've got this piece, we've got all of this together. Now we get to put them together. So let's see how these go. It looks like our gray C-snaps are facing away from us. We've got these going the other direction. The brackets need to line up. Ah, here we go. So we're going to use these two. We're going to connect it to the tube side here. Oh, look how nice that lines up. It's almost like we have the beginning of a chassis. So many things that we can connect to now. Look at, we've got open C-snaps. We've got bars that we can snap to. C-snap, C-snap all over. Tube side facing the wrong direction. It's really exciting. There's so many cool things we get to do here. All right, now we're on step 24. We've got the beginnings of this chassis again. What we're doing next. Oh, look, it's my wife. I think you probably know who this is.
You guys know who I am. Is he doing a good job? He's telling you all the right names for the pieces. Normally I say this little guy or this little bits and bobs, but he actually knows the real names. So, okay, keep going.
All right. She'll probably pop in another few times, I would imagine. So now we've got big tiles. Remember we had that little tiny 1x1? Well, this one's much longer, right? This one's 8 modules long. So we need 2 of these. We're going to mirror them across along the side. And big tiles like this are always really cool because they make your model look really smooth. But always I need to make sure I'm looking at the picture very closely because it's easy in these early stages to get orientation a little wrong. And let's see, we're going to leave 2 knobs open, 2 studs open, and we're going to put those 1x8 tiles on either side. Make that really, really clean. Fun fact about all these Lego bricks is when you hear me say the numbers, you always say the small number first. So when I say 1 by, that by is like an X. And so it means it's 1 module across and 8 modules long. So a 1x8 is 1 wide, 8 long. But no matter what the brick is, I'm always going to say the small number first. That's kind of how our system works. So here we go. What do we have here? 1x2 tile. It's 1 plate high with no knobs on top. It's perfectly smooth. These are in white, and these are going to go right next to our 1x8 tiles, smoothing that out. Ah, and then our very classic piece. These have a great history. These are very simple chassis pieces, and we actually get to sprinkle a little bit of Technic. So Technic is one of our other systems, and we get to marry these two together so that more things are possible. So this is a Technic pin. We call this a combi. A combi is short for combination, and it's because we have a Technic snap on one side, and we have what's called a cross axle on the other. It's a cross axle because it has an X in its cross section. So the combi, the combination, you can always see how they go together, whether it's a round open snap that has to go into, or if it's a cross hole that goes with a cross axle. In this case, it's a cross hole. So our combi that has 2 different ends, we're going to make sure the cross hole is met with the cross axle. Here we go. So now we have a Technic snap on either side because the combi is connected to it. All right, 1x2 tile, nope, plate. And then a 1x4 modified plate with round. So these have a rounded nose on either side. These knobs actually can have holes that go all the way through so that you can put the shaft of a snap through it. But we don't need to do that in this step. This just goes right here. We're just finishing step 27 on to 28. Here we've got a 2x2 L. So these have been around forever. These are ancient, ancient, ancient. I want to say these have probably been in the system since at least the 70s, most likely the 60s. And yeah, they're really handy to kind of lock things in, make your model stable, because it's basically a 2x2 with a corner missing, making it a nice L. So this is a really, really useful plate. Got a little opening right here. Those go right there and they mirror each other. Super nice. Next up, 2 1x3 tiles. Locking that L right into place. And again, we've got another step where we've got our little build that we've been working on. We're going to connect it to our big build. Let's see. So, something we like to do when we design these models is use color as an indicator when you're building. It makes it much, much easier to know which direction you need to hold this if you can see a little bit of difference from one side to the other. So because this big piece is black and this is white, the white actually gets to tell me a story of which way I want to hold this. So I can see when we're combining these two, I can see the white is facing towards me. I have this piece that we've built already, and we're going to snap them together right here. And I know it's right because that white shows me which direction I'm supposed to be facing. Pretty cool. All right, similarly, we're going to put this down for a moment. We're going to do our next chassis brick. More of our Technic combis. Put those in there again. The cross axle going into the cross hole. I forget what the name of these are. They are so weird, but they are so useful. These pieces end up bridging across so many different types of Lego elements, which makes them very, very powerful because it combines it being a full brick in height, right? So 3 plates tall, with an opening for snaps. So you can transition one style of building to another very easily. When we first invented these, they were very, very specialized for the model that we needed them for. But it turns out, in the best possible way, they're useful almost everywhere. These pieces are incredibly popular. You'll see them in all sorts of different Lego models. All right, so remember our 2x2L? We also have a 3x3. That's pretty handy. Those are a little bit newer. Let's see. Sometimes you have to look extra close when your pieces are upside down. In this case, I wasn't sure if this was a tile or a plate because it was upside down, but you can see it's a tile. I'm gonna put that in the middle there. Okay. These are fun. So another kind of snot piece. This is 2 plates tall, dark brown. Let's see where that goes. Looks like right here in the back. I'm betting this is probably a differential housing in the back. I can tell that because it's got this little half moon shape. So this is another tile. It's two modules across by 1, so it's a 1x2. And so it's a half circle. We're going to face that upside down. And if I'm looking at that, yeah, that definitely is implying, I think it's the back of a differential. Pretty cool. Let's see. All right, we've got our bigger build here. We've got the thing that we've just been working on, and same thing. We're going to use what we can see on the bigger build to help indicate where this goes. I think this goes right here. You see the bright yellow facing out. You see the brown knobs facing forward. Perfect. It goes right into place. All right, step 37. We're actually changing up some colors, and we always do this on purpose. Sometimes it feels a little random, but if you remember when I was talking about these white pieces, they kind of show us where we are. We're gonna have a pink brick, a little pink 1x2 brick. Feels kind of strange, but it's very much on purpose. provides a great little visual indicator and makes it look a little interesting, even though this is going to be hidden in the build. 1x2 red plate combined with our pink 1x2 brick, combined with another really, really old piece. So a 1x2 modified plate bracket. We call this a seat bracket. So long, long ago, this used to be what we would use for seats for little Lego minifigures. You can kind of see it here. It's a very simple piece, but we have all families of components that work like this. Oh, look, there's Minda again.
Oh, hi.
This is actually going to be facing down with the back of the bracket facing up. We're going to connect that right there on this brown.
I was curious if you needed a Kleenex because I heard you say something about snot.
No, I think I'm okay.
Is that what he means when he's talking about snot? Does he mean he needs a Kleenex?
No, we mean studs not on top.
Oh, okay.
Which is when a knob is facing forward, backward, or even upside down.
Okay, I guess I learned something. I was going to give him a Kleenex.
All right, let's see what step we're on. I think we're on 38. And again, this is kind of where we are now. So we've already done a good bit. We're probably about an 1/8 or a 9th of the way through this build. And so we're going to put this down for now. And then now we're going to move to something new. These are some of the most complicated elements to create. So these are wheel arches. But in this case, we're probably not even going to be using it as a wheel arch. It's a really, really cool shape. These are really difficult to sculpt, and the math that drives this to make them usable is extremely complicated. I really like making pieces like this because they're really difficult. So we're going to use one of these, and we're going to do 2 1x2 plates, kind of leveling out the cutaways on this piece. Next up, 2 1x1 tiles. Those are going to go on either side here. Oh, and check this guy out. Isn't that cool? 1x4. But look, it's got a nice smooth arc on top. It's 2 plates tall. So it's got a bow. That's 2 plates across. So we call these bow elements. That bow is going to fit perfectly where these cutaways are on this wheel arch. Oh, that's super nice. 2 1x2 plates. We're going to put these on the underside. That gets us through step 41. All right, step 42. 2 1x1 with C-snap, sideways. I'm going to orient this little build in my hand so we know where we are. And these are going to face outward. Nice. Then we've got 1x6 plate and 1x6 tile, right? These are both 1x6, but one is smooth and one has the knobs. Tile, plate. Plate's going to go on first. Then we're going to smooth it out with the tile. That looks good. Put this down for a moment. 2x2 plate. 1x4 by 2 plate tall bow. 1x2 plate. That'll go on the bottom here. Let's see which way it goes. Oh, guess what? I think this is going to be some teeth in Lightning McQueen's mouth. This is kind of like a nice lip. And inside are going to go with those white pieces. I have a feeling I know what that is. 1x4 plate with round. And another one of these very, very weird pieces. Remember those 2 plate tall blue? Here's another one, 2 plate tall, but it's a snot brick with a round back. We have an open knob on the front, standard knob on top, 2 plates tall. Oh, and I dropped it. There we go, I got it. We didn't lose it. So, where did these go? Because they have the round on the back, they can actually rotate. So sometimes when we put them in space, we actually will pivot them. But in this case, we'll see if that's what we're doing. I don't think so. Usually when these models go a little bit higher in age, we start pivoting those at angles. There we go. That was step 45, 46. Another one of these lovely steps where we're combining one build with another. So we've got our big piece that we're working on, the main construction, and this bit that we've just finished. Let's see how they go together. So again, using the colors, I'm going to figure out which way I'm facing. Looks like the yellow, I kind of want to face towards me. We've got what looks like teeth and lips. I'm going to turn this upside down, and it's going to click into that yellow element, right? Really, really fun. That is such a satisfying step. Because that blue bracket is now flush to the bottom side of that. Isn't that cool? It's all math inside these things, guys. You wouldn't hardly believe it. All right, 47. We've got 2 1x2 bricks that are fully rounded on the edge. So these have a bow, and these are going to go on the front here. We're going to connect one knob. The other knob is actually not going to be used below. There we go. It's kind of already starting to look like a face, isn't it? Wow, okay. That was the end of the first bag. Nothing more in this bag. We're all done. So the next thing we're going to do is open up bag 2. All right, so we just finished the first bag, and you may notice we finished the bag. We're ready to open the next one, but we still have some leftovers. That's okay. Just want you to know that that's totally on purpose. These are kind of some bonuses. There's some extras for you. Whenever we have these really tiny pieces, we like to give you an extra one so that you have a spare in case you lose it in the rug, and to make your brick bin a little better. So when you finish a Lego model, you'll always have a few little bits and pieces left, because we thought it was a really good idea to give you an extra one or 2. And that way, when you have your bin with all of your extra Lego, you can build other things. So I'm going to put these over to the side. Now we're going to open bag 2. Bag 2. I really love the printing on this paper. Isn't that pretty? The graphic designers that have been working on that very hard did a really, really good job. And every single one has a special number, so you know what it goes to. All right, so we've got bag 2 open. I'm kind of spreading the pieces out a little bit. We're on step 48. First thing we have is a 2x6 round plate. Very handy piece. Creates a nice little bit of shape, and a 2x2 inverted tile. So this is a tile that's smooth on the bottom side, on the tube side. There's studs on top. It's kind of a funky one. I think we're using 2 of these. So if this is laying down, you have to look close because you have to see that it's not tube side in the back. It's knob or snap. Those are hanging off by one module. Now we've got 1x1s in white with vertical C-snap. Pay attention which way these are going because it's easy to put them the wrong way. Put that right there. And we took a little bit of a coffee break, Minda and I, and she was mentioning that, you know what, we might need to move just a little bit quicker. So it's fun to talk through all these bits, but for some of this, we may end up just doing a little bit of building. So here I've got 2 of these brown 1x2 plates with bar. Those will snap into our C-snaps. Oh, and Minna just walked by.
With coffee.
With coffee, no less.
Who's surprised?
I am not surprised. I usually like to borrow 1 sip of her afternoon coffee, but that's all I need. I don't drink a lot of coffee. I like it a little bit, but it makes me nervous and jumpy, but it tastes very good. All right, more of these rounded 2-plate tall snot bricks. 4 in a row. That's a lot. Because they're rounded in the back, they can be a little tricky to line up. We're going to have these all facing outward. That looks really good. 1x2 white tile. Close it out. Upward facing brackets, 1x2. 2x2 L bracket tile. This step can be tricky because we have to mirror the action. So we have one where the L is facing one way, the other where the L is facing the other way. And that's going to align with that 1x2 tile. Oh, that goes together really good. Nice. 1x1 round. 1 on either side. Oh, and another piece I invented. So this is a 1x2 plate transitional bow with cut. The cut is because it's angled from the top view, and it is a transitioning bow that is a 1x1 bow on one side and 1x2 on the other. This is a very, very, very complex shape. But to you and to me, when we're building, it feels really simple. And that's the goal. Whenever I come up with these things, I want them to feel really natural, really unique, but really simple in the way that we use them. But this was a really, really fun piece to create. Another one that I hope that we get to use for many, 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 many years. But it goes right there, and it makes this beautiful shape all out of one little piece. But it'll work with every other piece in all of Lego. That looks good. That's step 55. All right. 1x6 plate. We're going to put this down for a bit. We've got our first stickers. Stickers can be tricky. I've gotten pretty good at it over the years. The key is to go really slow. Take your time, and you line it up. So, in our instructions, it'll always say with a number which sticker on your sticker sheet is the one that goes on. So it looks like we're using number 4 and number 2. Those are the stickers we're using. Now, because my hands are a little bit bigger than you guys, I'm going to use a tool to help me put the sticker, because that's something I've learned over the years. You guys won't need to do that. So there's always a 1 millimeter gap around the sticker so that you can center it on a Lego brick. So when you're placing it, you never ever want to take the edge of the sticker and go all the way to the edge of the brick. You don't need to do that. There will always be a 1 millimeter gap going all the way around it, and that's where you place it. You want to place it lined up and in the middle. It is a little tricky, but you get the hang of it after a while. Let's see. Looks like sticker number 2 goes over here. Sticker number 4 on the other side. All right. And this is where I definitely slow down, because when these feel a little crooked because I was hurrying, it kind of makes me sad. I just check and double check. Check which way the angle's going. We're going to start here with number 4. If you have an orange or a turquoise brick separator, the back edge of it is really, really useful for placing stickers. There we go. Now I'm going to do the other one. There we go. Nice 1 millimeter gap all the way around. There we go. Look how nice that lined up. It's exactly how we want it. Next up, 1x4 tile, and then sticker number 3. When the stickers are long, they can be even more challenging. So sometimes what I like to do is I lay the long edge first rather than the short edge so that I can line it up very precisely. And I'm always wanting to look at the other stickers surrounding so that the shape we're trying to make with these graphics all aligns and feels unified. There we go. It's pretty nice. Now we get to add it to our little assembly here, facing up. And this is what I'm talking about. We've got a couple of bricks that I came up with, and they interface really well with the other ones. Make some nice clean lines. All right, step 57. A 1x4 seat bracket. Facing outward, easy. Next up, sticker 6. You know what, I'm actually going to take this off and put the sticker on separate because brackets are extra hard. This is sticker number 6. You actually have to accommodate for the thickness of the sticker when you're designing a Lego model. So we have to think about the film that each sticker is made of. It's a very specific thickness. We actually figure out the math to make sure that it goes where it needs to without making everything messy. There we go. Perfect. So I put this one a little higher because I know that one plate of this distance has to go flush with the bottom there so it looks right. And now again, we've got this whole bit here and the rest of our build. We're going to connect them together. So I'm going to keep using my colors to kind of show me where I am. I've got this piece here and it snaps right there. Rear bumper. There we go. Step 59. All right, moving on. 1x3 blue, 2 upward facing brackets, 2x2. Sand tan 1x1 round. And these beautiful, kind of like crystal-y, almost looks like ice. Just one of those here. 1x2 plate. And this is just one side. So again, we look at our build in space. We've got the pink on this side with the blue bracket, back bumper, lower lip and teeth. And this has blue on one side. And this is going to help me understand where it goes right next to the chassis bricks. This is going to start doing the door panels. So now we can do the other side. It's kind of the same steps, but backwards, to do a matching left side and a right side. You make them symmetrical to each other, which means they're a little different, but it's like they mirror each other across a line. So more 2x2 upward facing brackets, another sand tan, round 1x1, beautiful sparkly blue crystal, 1x2 white tile. And this one's easy because we already know where it goes. It goes very similar to where the other one is. We just mirror. So there is our driver's side door panel beginning to take shape. All right. Next up, we have several different wheel arches. I'm going to lay these out in front of me so I can see them very clearly, because some of them have special printing on them. So if you have a Lego piece that has a very interesting curve on it, you can't put a sticker on it, because stickers don't like to go around curves, because stickers are flat. When you have a flat sticker and you're trying to move it around a very large curved piece, it's not going to lay down correctly. So what we do instead is we print these really beautiful colors and lines and graphics on the pieces directly so that we know it'll look really, really good. So for these, this is very similar to our door panels. We're going to have a left and a right. So we just have to pay very close attention and figure out which is which so that we put the right sides on. Wow, and we even have printing on the side of a 1x1 plate. It's pretty wild. It always amazes me that we can do that. So we're going to take this one, making sure that the print, the graphics are facing the right direction. And we're going to line that up with this 1x1 plate. And I think we've got it. That's going to go here on the back. It's going to connect on 3 knobs and be flush to the rear bumper. And then, I bet you could guess it, with these printed pieces, we're going to do basically the opposite on the other side. So that goes here. The printed bit goes towards the front. And that goes to the back. That's number 63, going to step 64. We have 2 1x3 plate, 2 1x2 plates. We're going to make 2 of those because we need a pair. And which way are these facing? Ah, that way. So this is to make our locking a little stronger, make the stability of our model a little better. And so with every step, our whole Lego model is going to get a little bit stronger, slowly but surely. All right, step 65. We've got a 1x6 tile, nice and smooth in dark gray. It's going to lock across that whole top of the chassis. Easy, easy step. Love it. We always try to mix up some of the hard steps and the easy steps so you don't get too tired. Because some steps are really easy, like just putting down a brick. Some steps are really hard, and we try to mix it up. Downward facing bracket, 2 1x2s. If you look close, see how these two brackets work? They're not perfectly lined up. That's actually on purpose. We're going to do something really fun with that later. It feels weird, but I promise you it's going to work out. It's kind of part of the experience. You get to be surprised as things happen. 2x2 plate, 2x2 tile going together. We've got our next sticker, number 13. Let's see, where's number 13? Ah, yes. That perfect number 95. This will probably be one of the easiest stickers in the whole set to put on because it's square. So as long as we center it, there's really not too much that can go wrong. Still want to go really slow and get that 1 millimeter gap. Lay it down gentle, push it on nice. Perfect. Oh, that's going to go on this side. Oops, dropped it. There we go. Cool. All right, next up, 2 plate tall 2x4 bow. This one needs sticker number 14. There we go. Bottom of the sticker is going to go towards the thin edge because there's a tall side and there's a short side. So I'm going to make sure the bottom of the cool lightning bolt goes towards the short side. That's about 1 plate tall. Nice. That went on just right. No wrinkles. And there we go. And this is because I'm taking my time with the stickers. Even when you jump from one element to the next, the graphics line up. That's the benefit of taking your time and being careful. Makes it look really nice when it's all done. One by 4 plate, 1x4 tile, 1x4 plate, 1x4 tile. Oh, we're actually only doing one set. We're going to take these apart. I'm going to save that for later. Next up is sticker number 15. Let's see, where are you? There we are. Which way are you facing? Ah. There we go. That turned out good. And that goes on the side. We're kind of building up our door panels. So cars of this style, right, Lightning McQueen is kind of modeled after classic NASCARs. So these doors won't open because in the real thing, you climb in and out through the window.
David, that sounds silly. Who climbs in and out of their car by the window? I don't think Nolan does that. Maybe Addison does. Addison doesn't use the door. He crawls in through the window, I bet.
Yeah?
Yeah. He seems silly enough to do that.
It's fun to do.
I think Nolan would say, no, we have to open the door. That's my guess.
Next up, I'm doing sticker number 19. 2x2 plate, 2x2 tile. Nice smooth surface for a sticker. Oh, didn't get that one lined up quite right. Here we go. We're going to try again. Much better. Now we're doing the other side. So back to our 2x4 2-plate tall bow. Next sticker is number 18. So we're just mirroring that other door panel. What's wild about all this, you guys, is these sets are designed for kids that are 9 years old or older. And you guys are not quite there yet. It's really, really impressive to me that you guys are building Speed Champions. It's really, really cool. It's very normal to be a good bit older before you're doing this type of set. You guys are pretty awesome. So again, we're just mirroring across. Our stickers are lining up beautifully. So we know what's going to happen. We're now kind of copying sticker number 17.
David, is that Lego on your shirt?
Oh, definitely.
Ah!
Gotta wear a
Lego on your
shirt.
shirt and Lego on the table.
Gotta wear a Lego shirt when you're building Lego.
Oh my goodness. I wonder, I think Nolan and Addison both have a Lego shirt. They both have a Lego sweatshirt.
Yeah, those came from our Lego store.
And
right,
I think
right here in Denmark.
that's right. Aunt Minda and Uncle David sent them. And I think you guys also have a hot dog Lego shirt. I think I've seen Nolan wear that one. That's a funny one.
Yeah, that's looking good. Now we have our last two remaining wheel arches. These are the ones that don't have the printing. And these have a nice clear spot where they end up. You can kind of see where that missing place is, where they're going to go. So, super easy. It always makes me happy when we're thoughtful about mixing our harder steps and our easier steps. Here we go. We've got our little extras. We'll put those over here for later. Our bonus pieces. And that's the end of bag 2.